Join me right now on Kumite TV is Eternal MMA flyweight Nicole Szepesvary. What's going on, Nicole?
Hey, how you going?
Good.
Good.
The big story, of course, is you returning after 2 years away from competition. A lot of people know that you had a child. Talk about that experience of having a child and stepping away from mixed martial arts.
Well, the funny thing is, I guess I've had 2 years off fighting MMA, but I've been competing in jiu-jitsu for that time, obviously not while I was pregnant. And I've been training the entire time. I was training until 3 days before I gave birth, and was back in the gym 4 weeks postpartum. So, yeah, I've had 2 years out of the cage, but I've been on the mats every day. So, as far as having a layoff, I wouldn't really call it a layoff. I've had a bit of a break from fighting and such, but I've still been competing and still been training constantly. So, yeah.
Mackenzie Dern, she actually returned recently after giving birth, I think 5 months.
Yeah.
No matter the result, was that too soon, you think, for MMA, returning to MMA?
No, well, Hugo, my son, will be 6 months the day after I fight. So, it's not that much different. And as I said, I've been back in the gym since 4 weeks postpartum. And I guess, I stayed fit all through my pregnancy, and that made a huge difference. So I was able to kind of bounce back, as they say. So for me, no, I don't think it's been too soon. I would have been ready. Well, we were ready a month or however long this fight was scheduled for the Melbourne card. So no, I guess it's sort of a hard thing to say. Everyone's journey is so different, I suppose. So
you said you've been competing in jiu-jitsu, training in jiu-jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
Have you focused the whole time on jiu-jitsu, or were you doing the striking aspects and everything all together?
Yeah. So our gym's an MMA gym. We have I'm at every class. So that includes striking, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, gi, no gi. So no, I definitely haven't just been focusing on jiu-jitsu at all. It's been a really well-rounded camp, and the 2 years prior to that have been, a bit of everything as well.
Being just competing, while competing just in jiu-jitsu, your jiu-jitsu must be incredible, the levels that you have reached, right? Like how do you, what's the confidence level in your ground game now compared to before?
Compared to 2 years ago, or
yeah, before you stepped away.
Well, yeah, I've got another 2 years under my belt, right? So I'm now a 4-stripe purple belt. My layoff with being pregnant, I don't feel like I was still there watching every session. So the technique was all still there, which is a matter of getting my fitness back up, but that didn't even take long. So I don't over the last 2 years, I definitely feel like I've made huge improvements. I'm improving every day. There'd be something wrong if I wasn't, right? So no, I'm feeling good, feeling very confident.
In your amateur career, you're fighting at flyweight, and then you started your career at flyweight as a professional. Then you went to strawweight. Now you're back at flyweight. Why did you decide to move back up?
Well, I actually started my professional career at bantamweight. My first fight was bantam. That was just a fight that we got offered down in Melbourne on AFC, so we jumped on it. It was a weight division up, and at that time I was cutting to strawweight. So I was pretty small going into that fight, and she was really big. So that was definitely an experience, but it was a good experience. I still got the win. And then, we went down to strawweight. That was just because the opponent was small, so we thought we'd give it a try. We didn't really intend on staying down there. It was just, why not give it a go? There was an opponent there. There's not that many opponents around, so I guess you've got to take what you can get.
Did you feel at strawweight that you weren't performing to your potential, when you did go out there and compete?
No, not at all. I think that fight was finished within 30 seconds. So, no, I felt fine. I guess flyweight is more comfortable for me. Strawweight was a big cut, but I guess flyweights, as I said, you just go where the fights are. If there were fights at strawweight, I'd be trying to get back down to strawweight. So, and vice versa. If there was fights at bantam, I'd be going up there as well. So, it's just where the fights are.
Your return is at Eternal MMA 49. This fight was originally scheduled for Eternal 48, in Melbourne. Yes. What happened with that fight?
Well, we just needed to reschedule. It was at the end of the day, Joel, my husband and coach, he couldn't get time off work. So we had approached her camp a long time in advance to try and set the fight up. Didn't hear back for a while. So in the meantime, he couldn't get the time off work. And it just meant that at that time I had, a 3.5-month-old. I would have been traveling down there on my own for the weight cut. He was going to come down the next day for the actual fight, of course. But it just wasn't going to work out. I couldn't travel with a 3-month-old baby, cutting weight, flying 3 hours down to Melbourne on my own. So yeah, we just had to reschedule it. Luckily we could reschedule it, so we didn't have to cancel it. So it worked out fine. We're both from here anyway. She's from the Gold Coast, I'm from the Sunshine Coast, which is only 2 hours north. So it works out better, really.
Yeah, definitely. It does work out.
Yeah.
Now, Chelsea Hackett, everybody knows her for her striking. There's a lot of hype surrounding her, and I'm pretty sure you know that. And you go in there with the task of killing the hype. Do you like that position you're in right now?
Yeah, it's a good position. Yeah, I do. I mean, it's going to be a great fight. Of course, you don't want easy fights. I want a nice, hard fight. There are so many ways that we can beat her, and we've game planned A through to Z. So yeah, we're feeling good.
She's had 2 professional fights. What have you thought, of the performance she's had so far?
Look, her striking's obviously really nice. But as I said at the time to Joel when I said I want the fight, it's MMA, isn't it? It's not Muay Thai. And obviously I've seen plenty of ways that, as I said, that we can beat her, and we've game planned for that. So yeah, it's good. As I said, it'll be a good fight. But yeah.
Now,
see how it pans
you've
out.
had an extra month. How long has your training camp been? When did you decide that, okay, we got to tighten it down, get into the camp, prepare her for Chelsea Hackett?
About 4 months ago. So it would have been when she had her first fight on Eternal against Mel Zeman. I don't remember exactly when it was. I know I was sitting at home with a newborn. So I would say, 4 months ago, that Joel was down there watching the fight, and I texted Joel and said, look, I won that fight. So we've been prepping since then.
Combat Club, your head coach is Joel. Like, who else is surrounding? Huh?
Combat Lab.
Oh, sorry, Combat Lab. I'm sorry, Combat Lab. Your head coach is Joel. Now, who else is around you that kind of helps you get ready for this fight?
So as you said, Joel is my head coach, my husband. He has trained me from scratch, so he knows my game inside out better than I know it myself. So I would say he's all I need, and he is all I need, but I'm lucky to have other striking coaches as well. We've got Ty Duncan, he's one of our striking coaches, and Daniel Maudsley. So I've been doing some privates with him as well. He's got a lot of Muay Thai experience, so he's been invaluable for this. And then we've also Ryan Dunstan down at Ignite in Caloundra. We've been working closely with him. So we've had a lot of different angles to this fight camp. It's been great, a lot of input.
Compared to previous camps, what little tweaks have you made to this camp? To any changes?
Changes. I mean, every camp's different, I suppose, isn't it? Every opponent's different, so every camp should be different and game planning differently. The thing I would think mostly about this camp that's different is we just have such a specific game plan, a specific goal, but so many game plans, so many ways that we're going to get there. But it feels very, very clear to me exactly what I'm going to go in there and do, rather than, some other fights. It might be a bit more, I guess, rounded, my skill set against their skill set. But this is such an obvious, she's a striker, I'm a grappler, so it's pretty obvious to me what I'm going in there to do. So yeah, I think it's been more of a technical game plan and a technical camp. So she's, we know what she's coming in. We know what she's got. We know what she's bringing. You
do have a good striking also, like you said, you've been working with a lot of striking coaches, in the past and during this camp. You do have a head kick knockout win, I'm pretty sure a lot of people know that. Like, can we see, another level of striking when you get out there and kind of like test yourself against her and maybe even win the battles? Yeah,
well, look, I mean, as we've said, it's been 2 years since I've fought, so no one's seen anything that I've been doing for the last 2 years. And 2 years is a lot of time when you're in the gym every day training. So, yes, my striking is definitely evolved. My grappling's evolved. My jiu-jitsu's evolved. So, I wouldn't say I'll come out and try and win the striking battle necessarily, but I'll definitely bring it.
Yeah, the shroud of mystery around you is
Yeah.
it makes this fight so interesting, I believe, you know, because everybody knows
Yeah.
what Chelsea brings, right? But it's like you,
Yes.
what are you gonna bring? How are you gonna come out
I've
in
had
this
2 years
fight?
here to go away and sharpen up, and yeah.
Yeah, it's so fun to look at this matchup in that aspect of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what is the mystery behind your when you return. Now, plans moving forward, you
Yeah.
know, what do you see like after this fight? Of course, you know, you're looking at Chelsea, but I'm pretty sure you do have something in your mind where you want to be in the next year or so.
Yeah, obviously I'm not looking past this fight. We don't like to sort of ever look past a fight, but of course I would love to have one of those eternal pro belts around my waist and go from there, I suppose, see where it takes us.
All right, well, it all starts again November 1st, Eternal
Yeah,
MMA
that's
49 at Southport Sharks. Thank you, Nicole, so much for the time.
Thank
Good
you.
luck on the fight and good luck on the bright future
Thank
you have.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.